Shankar Iyer, give us a more objective perspective of unemployment. Is this a pitch which can work in today's India? The Congress claiming that they'll bring a Rojgar revolution. The BJP saying we are bringing a Viksit Bharat. Do you believe that the unemployment situation actually on the ground is just too complicated and political parties, there are no quick fix solutions? All that many parties want, like in Maharashtra, is reservations, back to reservations, more and more reservation.
Well, there is data and then there is data, Rajdeep. So you can torture data and ask it to say anything that you want it to say. But the simple fact is that every opinion poll of India today in the past 3 years has flagged unemployment at the top of the list. What is the reason why every political party in every state is offering some kind of welfare measure, freebies, revdi, whatever the opposition or the ruling front wants to call it? The fact is that even in Delhi and the extension of the free food program, the extension of the Ujjwala program, the extent of welfare shows that there is some distress at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, this month we heard on February 29 that the GDP grew by 7.6%. It's indisputable that the GDP grew by 7.6%. That is visible in the data on government spending, on tax collections, on GST collection, and on the performance of PSUs and the stock indices. At the same time, there is a difference. Joan Robinson used to say that everything that you say about India, the opposite is equally true. And so when you go to the data, you find that private consumption is at 3%. Two of the largest employers in the country, agriculture and services, are not doing well. Agriculture contracted and now might close the year at sub 1%. Services double-digit growth has become single-digit. Now, there is a geopolitical context to it. There is what's happening in the US in IRA, what's happening in technology adoption. Go to campus placements. You go to any management institute or any engineering institute, and you know the story that unemployment or options are exempt. Now, I am glad that the Congress has a firm grasp of the obvious, and they have come out with some idea, which is progress. But I must say that the idea is long on promise and short on details. As you said at the beginning of the program, the Congress has a history of coming up with nice, interesting ideas. In 2019, they had an idea of giving 1/3 government jobs to women. How many of their states implemented it? They had 5 states where they were in power. Did they implement it? No. You look at government jobs, they're saying that they will fill government jobs. They've been in power in Karnataka for about 6-7 months. What is the level of constabulary vacant posts and teacher vacant posts in the state of Karnataka? In Himachal Pradesh, what is the level of vacant posts for teachers? And in Himachal Pradesh, mind you, is a better run state. So the question is that how do you resolve this? And is the apprenticeship only with government? Is the apprenticeship a public-private partnership? How are you going to fund that apprenticeship program? What is the math? Do we know how many graduates we produce in this country? We know that people are enrolled. If you go and ask the UGC, you will not get a figure on how many graduates pass out. If you go and find out how many diploma holders pass out, you may not find the figure. So this promise is now between data and data.
Okay, so you're saying that they need to provide details. J.B. Mathur, you just heard Shankar Iyer there saying, he makes 2 strong points. One is, you've got to walk the talk in states where you're in power. Karnataka is a good example where number of government jobs still remain unfilled. He also raises the issue of the detailing. When you say we will provide a right to apprenticeship to those graduates who are not getting employment, how are you going to do it? When you say that you're going to provide social security benefits to all gig economy workers, people will raise, where are you going to fund? How are you going to fund that? These are the details that you need. You've come up with an announcement. Where are the details?
Congress has made it already very clear that the details will be laid out in the Congress manifesto soon. What we have launched today is the idea and the basic plan of projects which we would be doing when we come to power, and that's a crisp idea. But the details will come in the manifesto in the coming days. Now, as far as at least the point to be looked is what happened to 2 lakh crore of jobs promised by Prime Minister very openly 10 years back. It should have been the kind of jobs generated would have been so huge, but that did not happen. When an election is coming, a Lok Sabha election is coming, what did the incumbent government did in the past 5 years, or in this case, past the 10 years? No, they do not even fill up the vacancies in government posts. And when we have come up with a plan, we have clear plans. And if you look at the UPA, we have implemented. We have shown. Now that why are they so reluctant to answer?
Okay, one of the points on which they are.
Rajdeep, 1 second.
Yes.
Let me just complete. Now the BJP spokesperson, he was saying, "Oh, the cabinet has cleared the AI scheme." I mean, what do you mean? You had 10 years, and at the eve of election, something is cleared, and that's what he is saying it as a big credit. Now, secondly, the mood of the nation of your channel, India Today itself, what did it say? What did it say, and what did it reflect on employment? Did your mood of the nation say that this will be one of the biggest issues?
No, it did. No, ma'am, JB Mathur, the India Today Mood of the Nation poll said 71% of Indians think that unemployment is a serious or somewhat serious issue. Yet,
exactly.
Many of those people said they will vote for the BJP. You see, this is the dilemma. They don't seem to trust you that you will be able to resolve the problem. You're going to have to provide more details, ma'am.
We will be providing the details in the days to come in the Congress manifesto. But what I wish to say is we have a plan, and the country should trust us for something like Manrega, which is still continues to be the rural hunger stopper for the poor.
Okay, so I will
we
take
have
that.
done it. We have proved it.
Okay, you can claim Manrega is a success according to you in terms of having in many distressful times aided people, especially in rural India. But government jobs, vacancies have not been filled in for years. Therefore, now on the eve of the election, to suddenly say, look, we can resolve you haven't resolved issues for 9.5 years, even with government jobs. Vacancies in government jobs
Rajdeep,
is a major issue.
Rajdeep, with some of these government jobs, one needs to look at the long-term economic viability because, like I mentioned, the nature of jobs are changing, and some of these need to be at the contractual mode. So that is one of the reasons why all of these have not been filled. But at the same time, in the last few months, 8 lakh people have been provided employment through the Rojgar Melas, through the multiple Rojgar Melas that have taken place across the country.
No, but that's because the government woke up to the reality a year ago. You see, you've been in power for 10 years.
We have always been, allow me to complete, we have always been abreast of the reality in the last 10 years. The total number of unicorns has gone up to 113, the valuation of which is $350 billion plus. How did it happen? Because of 10,000 Atal incubation centers playing a very crucial catalyzing role, which the Congress obviously seems to be completely ignorant of. Now, when it comes to Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, 1.4 crore people have been skilled, and all of these have led to increased entrepreneurship. So, and I'm so glad that for the first time you pointed out about Rajasthan. When Congress makes all these tall promises, the biggest unemployment rate was in Rajasthan. Where have the biggest exam paper leaks taken place? Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. Where has the biggest Manrega scam taken place in recent years? Again, it is Jharkhand, one of the cases which ED is investigating against the JMM Congress government. So, before talking big, I think the Congress needs to realize its own track record. And one of the reasons why their promises don't hold is that they have a very poor deliverance.